Love to the bro Sibs on Insta. I mean, what do y'all see, man? This is a corner. This is just a corner of that same world that we've been looking at. We've come basically to the conclusion that, this is not our world. So we're literally seeing our first glimpse at a world beyond the poles. Remember, man. Hit me up, if you want this drop, if you haven't got it yet, or if you want the one with all the filters on it. The bro Sibs on Insta, man. AI, man. The bro's been doing incredible work breaking down this image into all these filters, man. And it's really starting to come to life. It's really starting to come to life. So when you put the filters on it, you start to see the outline of the continents, without the cloud layer. Now you really know this is not our world. Remember, this is the 1972 Flat Earth USA Archives, all right? This was found by the sister Sonia. Love to sister Sonia. And the bro Sibs went ahead and put the filter on it. This is the original. You remember that? On the bottom it says 1972 Flat Earth Secret Workshop USA Archive. Antarctica, is like this, layer like this. Now this is called an earth pond from what we're researching. This is a earth pond. Alright, so it's this earth pond 1, earth pond 2. I mean, this is not our earth pond, because again, with them filters, man, love to the bro Sibs, with them filters, you see a completely different continent outlay. Somebody left a great comment. They said, this is not our world. They said our world is right underneath the camera shot, right on the other side of this particular camera angle. So what was the 1972 Apollo missions all about? The last Apollo mission popped off in what, 1972? Let's see, Apollo. And we're just talking about Apollo, right? We're just talking about Apollo, man. Look, man, it all comes together when you start surfing the wave. Apollo is the god of Atlantis, the sun god. He's also the son of Zeus. Who else is the son of Zeus? Mercury is the son of Zeus. Hermes, Trigonomegestes, 3 times great, Thoth, Tahuti, alright, all this Atlantis hijack, son of Zeus. Jupiter. Jupiter is the son of Saturn, Saturnalia, Christmas, right? Christ is the anointed of who? Christ of Ophir is Christopher Columbus, right? Christ of Ophir. Where's Ophir? Love to the bro Otto made it. Love to 80 the True Seeker. We're just digging on the Philippines. We're just digging on the Americas, man. We're just digging on Ophir, man. We're just digging on Hyborian war maps and reality simulations done in Temple, Arizona. And right here you see in South America, like, this whole thing, it's like a Pangea effect. All right, it could be something, it could be nothing. It's just a gamer map, right? It's just a gamer map. They don't have no drop in the games, do they? So this is over what we would call Africa today. You see India or Vindia, right? But which Vindia is this? Over here, where you would think all the stuff from Africa would be, is right over South America, Zimbabwe, Punt, Iranistan, so Persia's connected. And here you have the Thoth Amon spell barrier. Thoth is very active, man. He's very active. You got the Amazon, you got the Black Kingdoms. Do y'all think this is just nothing? This is a reality simulation. Where's Kush? Kush is over here. Stasia, Luxor, Egypt, all this is over here. Shem, you think this is play? Argos, all the way up to Pickland, divided into 12 tribes. Samaria, do you think this is play? Got you. We're just talking again about the Thoth Amon spell barrier. You got maps like this, right? Is it play? You got, this projection here of this stationary plane, and there's gates outside of Antarctica that surrounds us. You got Set and Anubis. Remember all the talk about what's making the phases of the moon? There appears to be a dark satellite that is not visible that appears to be making the phases of the moon. Set Anubis. We're just talking Thoth Atlantis. Look at the Barabat Ra Summergate. So this is very hijack city interpretation, but this is what Thoth is hijacking, right? So you got the Thoth moving island. Now, look how they flip it in, the Copernican ball, spinning ball thing, right? Because you got Mercury is supposed to be the closest planet to the sun, right? The closest planet. Here's Mercury. This is Thoth. Look how close it is. Look how close it is to South America. The closest planet to the sun. Mercury. Thoth, the moving island. You see how it goes counterclockwise, clockwise? See, this is the flow of the real oceans, man. The Oceanus. You have clockwise, counterclockwise. You have a battery effect. You have a charge, a toroidal effect. You have two suns, one out here, one out here. Now let's go back into these great images, these filters, man, from what we're talking about. And let's see if we can find that sun, that reflection of another sun in this other earth pod. Love Again to Sibs, man. And we're going to get back to that one, because there's some actual structures you can start making out. This is the only filter that you see these, glowing orbs just pop right out of that one. You're talking about the sun, another sun. Again, there's something blotted out. Let's go back here. One of these, you can see the perfect reflection of the sun. Oh, look at that outline. So you know you're talking about another world. Family, is this our first look at another world, man, beyond the pole, another earth pond? Are there other Nagas, Negroes, people over there too? They just found us in a new world, right? Let's see, where's that? There we go. Look at that filter. So this one, you can actually see the reflection of another sun. Right here in the middle. Bang, caught you. Look at that reflection. Let's see another one. Another one showing the reflection. Bang. My people, what are we looking at? Because we know we're not talking our Earth. We're talking about another Earth beyond the poles, man. Beyond the pond, man. And again, you're just talking about Apollo, right? 72 was the last year of Apollo. Who's snapping these images? And how does the firmament work? How big is it? How small is it? What are we talking about? Now, when you talk about Apollo, for the dismal here, first of all, when you talk Atlantis, you start to connect this with this deluge, right? Now, I just put in Atlantis scriptures, and the only ones that popped up from this site was all these scriptures in Job. Now, Job is supposed to be, by some scholars, they say it's the first book, that it was put out of order, but they say it's the oldest book, some scholars say, a lot of scholars say, so-called scholars, right? But let's look into that theory. If this is the oldest book, and it's talking about Leviathan, why is Leviathan connected with Atlantis, my people? The question is, did Leviathan sink Atlantis? Did Hawa send his dragon on Atlantis? Because Plato just says that it was an earthquake, right? He just says it was an earthquake, right? But then you start to connect this Abaddon with the reflection, the duplication in Revelations, right? With this Revelations 9, this king of the bottomless pit. He's getting the keys to the bottomless pit. Abaddon is not just a person, it is a place of destruction. Is Atlantis Abaddon? Remember, you're talking about Apollo, Apollyon, the god of Atlantis. Apollo, Abaddon, same thing. Both are the son of Zeus. Same people, the destroyer, king of the abyss. Remember, Thoth has the keys to the bottomless pit. He builds the halls of Amenti. Thoth, Abaddon, Atlantis is all throughout the scripture. It's under Abaddon. You dig? Remember this Saint Syphilis, who literally got his name by being cursed by this Apollyon. Apollo gave syphilis the venereal disease, man. I can't make this up, man. Abaddon is Apollyon, is Mercury, is Thoth, and it's all right here right in our face bones, man. And we're just seeing clearly. Or up. Straight or up. Because we're talking about the appearance of up. It is also known that the flight course from the Earth to connecting land areas of the universe about us which appears up or out from the Earth will always be over more land, more water, more vegetation, common to this Earth area of the universe. You don't have to go up, my people, or out of the Earth to reach what you call the celestial stars or planet. More worlds beyond the pole. There is no space whatsoever. Confirmation of such a flight course is had in that the U.S. Navy Task Force of February 1947, which penetrated 1,700 miles beyond what you call the North Pole Point and beyond the known Earth. Additional and more recent confirmation was acquired by the flight of U.S. Naval Air Unit January 13, 1956. We're just talking about more land, and that image was in 1972, and look at all these satellites that were launched when? In 1972. Who's responsible for this drop? And I never questioned, is it real? Or am I in the mind bone of a